And we go live to Venezuela, where the consultative referendum in Essequibo is taking place. Let's see Jorge Rodriguez, the President of the National Assembly of Venezuela. We see the images of Jorge Rodriguez, the President of the National Assembly of Venezuela, that is arriving to the polls and is going to exercise his right to vote. He has just voted right now. There is a special date. That is the consultative referendum on the Guyana Essequibo territory. We see that he has just votes and people are there. He's greeting all the people that are on the polls right now. And let's remember that on this day, the Venezuelan people are going to the polls in order to vote for the consultative referendum. That is that the polls are open 6 a.m. in the morning, and everyone in all the sectors are able to vote. The only thing they have to do is to take their identification card, even if it is expired. We're seeing right now that Jorge Rodriguez is greeting all the people in there. He's greeting the people, and he's also walking out of the poll. And we see that in the polls, people are gathering in order to vote, in order to exercise his vote on the consultative referendum of the Guyana Essequibo, the historic day that is going to be very important for all of them, because they are just making the rights and defending the territory that is of them. We see the people also voting in that process, and let's remember that the Venezuelan people are voting in the consultative referendum in defense of the Essequibo Guyana, and Venezuela exercises the right to vote and defends its sovereignty. And the National Electoral Council activated approximately 15,000 voting sectors and 28,000 polling stations as of 6 o'clock in the morning. And this deployment of machines and electoral material and completing processes allowed voters to exercise the right to vote in an effective manner. From 6 a.m., the president of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, also went to the polls and exercised rights to vote. And the vice president of the Republic, Jorge Rodriguez, also went to the polls and exercised her right to vote. And this date is very important for all the people of Venezuela because they are defending its territory, a territory that belongs to them, and they have been fighting for it for years. And it is time to vote and see the results and defend its sovereignty. The people are just ready to vote, and the voting process will be held during all the day. It started at 6 a.m. in the morning, and we see how the people are going there. We're still seeing the images of Jorge Rodriguez. We're still seeing the images of Jorge Rodriguez that is in the poll. And let's not forget that Venezuela has been fighting for the territory of Guyana Essequibo for several years. That Guyana Essequibo is a territory of extraordinary biodiversity, and this fight lays back to the very formation of the Bolivarian Republic. We are still seeing the images of. Let's listen to the statements of Jorge Rodriguez.
The Electoral Council. Well, this electoral process has been proven the huge capacity, an enormous success of the beloved Venezuela. So we have shown the service capacity across all territory. So this is an unprecedented election, which is a byword of of other countries in the world. In other countries, the elites are the ones who take decisions, but in Venezuela, according to the Article 71, is the people. The people of Venezuela is the one who takes the decisions, is the one heard for Venezuela get stronger, and so the Essequibo issue must be directed towards what the people really wants. It's a very exciting election. It's an example of how Venezuelans sort out their affairs. So this election has an only winner. All Venezuelans. We are deeply excited about the great capacity of the Venezuelan people. We have been participating in the polling stations very early in the morning. There have not been any hindrances. So I want to thank all Venezuelans for participating, and I urge you to be united in this important day. There are no partisanship. This is a very historical day. Let's get far away from arguments, and so we cannot be divided today. Today is a day that we must be united on the sake of our homeland's interests, apart from any political opinion or any partisanship, because before any political position, our heart is Venezuela, is from Venezuela. So this is a message for all of you to attend to these polling stations. We have the best electoral system in the world. We don't need to make to forecast. So we are feeling very proud of writing another page in our history. And so you should vote and give your opinion about the 5 questions on the Essequibo dispute. You will be writing a very glorious history of Venezuela. Well, I congratulate the Bolivarian armed forces and with this republic plan, which has been supporting these elections. So there have been a huge deployment of the National Electoral Council, and supported, of course, by the Bolivarian armed forces. So I just praise them because they have been working very hard 24/7. Well, we are very happy of being here in this Venezuela, urging for all Venezuelans to vote. Every vote is equally valuable. In this decision, it's the vote of grandfathers is just equally the same as mine. So millions of Venezuelans has been attending these polling stations, and they are going to continue participating in this electoral process. Good afternoon, how are you? The CARICOM pronounced to the International Court of Justice decision on Guyana's request to cancel this referendum. So, from Venezuela's point of view, do you think that this could this affect the diplomatic peace in the region? So Venezuela has taken decisions on this Essequibo dispute. So what would you respond to Guyanese government if it still continue violating the Geneva Agreement? Well, in the first place, it wasn't the Guyanese government who requested to the International Court of Justice, but it was just ExxonMobil Transnational. Even the Guyanese the Guyanese media publishes how much money the ExxonMobil has allocated to these efforts and giving the people of Guyana only $3 billion. Well, so the Guyanese government, well, the ExxonMobil has been acting very aggressively, provocative. Today is the day of Venezuelans. Today is the day for giving opinions. Today is the day that Venezuelans must give their opinions. And on the basis of the results of this consultative referendum, then we will take further steps. So this is the plan of actions. That's what we are drawing with every vote of each Venezuelan. So I pardon, but today is Venezuelans' days. It's not the day of any other country or inhabitant of this world. Today is Venezuela's voice. After the results, we will take the decision. Thank you. Flores, to close this conference.
Okay. Como conocedor de los procesos electorales en el país, quisiera que hiciera una evaluación de cómo ha visto
as an expert,
en la calle. Si tiene reportes de cómo está la situación.
I would like to know about the situation outside the country and about the situation of this vote regarding participation. Well, the Venezuelan electoral system has been characterized by the civic behavior of Venezuelans. So Venezuelans are participating actively without any hindrances or any fraud. We have an electoral system which is every day more efficient. When you vote, you will realize that it's very easy. The 5 questions are answered very fast. And those who despise the Venezuelan vote, trying to hinder this consultative referendum. Well, these machines are are much more stronger and much more easy to use. We haven't had any difficulty so voters should vote from 6 a.m. till late afternoon night. So those who already voted, we really appreciated. We've thanked them all because we believed in building common goals and consensus. There have been an active participation. We have had adversaries, opposition parties, but that's one thing, but the homeland is another. The homeland is more important. It has to do with what is our sacred territory, our sacred river, and on the basis of that is this referendum. So you can send a message to 2406 to realize which polling station is. Well, to those who voted, thank you very much, but it is still an ongoing process. So if your husband or any other parents haven't voted, just call and knock on his door. Fabiana Marquez from the news. Well, I would like to know your opinion about the xenophobia from Guyana that Venezuelans are suffering. So what would be the actions about? So that's a proof of barbarism, very aggressive, warlike, that ExxonMobil employees have taken. Well, I wanted to show you that today we are just saying vote, decide. What you said is what the government will do. From the even the so all officials are going to respect the people's decision. So we are summoning to the defense of our homeland, of our territory, of where we were born, women and men. So it is very painful if you don't hear. Well, thank you very much for.
We were listening to the statements of Jorge Rodriguez, the President of the National Assembly of Venezuela. He expressed the Venezuelan people is the one who makes the decisions, especially on this referendum. This election is an example of how Venezuela is united and so around his problems. And he also pointed out that so far there have been no incidents, and he urged all people to stay united one more time and go to the polls. More breaking news on these issues coming up. Stay tuned.